Hidden in the western highlands of Honduras lies Gracias, a town where the past casts long shadows over whitewashed colonial architecture. This is where the legendary Lempira made his stand against the Spanish conquest, his spirit of resisting still pulsing through these cobblestone streets. During Holy Week, the town transforms as locals create stunning sawdust carpets, intricate artwork meant to be walked upon and destroyed. There's profound truth in that impermanence. The rhythm of life here moves differently, slower, more deliberate. The morning mist over Telaque Mountains, the unhurried conversations in the plaza, the afternoon light on centuries-old stone, all carry the same message. Authentic experiences still exist in this world. You just have to know where to look. So before I start sharing this beautiful colonial city with you, I want to share as well something more personal. They say bad things always come in three, and so it's been my case. I woke up yesterday with a sore throat and a bit like voice like Barry White, so I apologize for that. The second thing, I showed you in the last video about the wonders of the Honduran public transport system, and yesterday we got to experience the other half of it. We actually had to travel for over 5 hours standing up in a bus. It was horrendous. And the third thing I wanted to share with you is that if you felt something weird in the last few videos, is because I turned accidentally off the stabilization in the camera. So all the footage was extremely shaky and I had to fix it in post-production. Not ideal, but hopefully you enjoyed those videos as well. So anyway, that was the 3 bad things that happened to me. All yesterday actually, all happened within the same 24 hours. But new day is today and we will do the most of it. Gracias is located in the highlands of Guatemala. We are at about 800 meters above sea level, and legend says that the name of Gracias, which means thanks, was when the Spanish conquistadors arrived here, climbing through the mountains, and they found like a flat place. They said, Gracias a Dios, thanks God for that. So that is the name that stood, and now the current name of the city. And it's also a coffee growing region. So let's have breakfast, let's have some coffee before we start the exploration. One of the things you should know about Honduras is that they love sugar here. I got my coffee and I got 3 packets of sugar just for 1 cappuccino. Bit too much. Where Gracias is now situated was once the home of the Lenca people, the local communities that inhabited these lands before the arrival of the Spanish conquistadors. In these lands, there was the national hero of now Honduras, Lempira. He was the lord of those communities that managed to resist the arrival of the Spanish and the conquer of these lands by the Spanish for over 12 years. Now, Lempira is the national hero and is the person that names now the national currency and this region. It's called Lempira as well. As any good Spanish colonial city like Antigua Guatemala or Comayagua, where we were in the previous video, you can see tons of churches around the town as well. Religion was very important back in the day. It is still today. We met some people here, they're super friendly, they're letting us go to the roof of the church. Let's go up, that's very cool. I think I've said this in every single video about Honduras, but people here are incredibly friendly, you can't imagine. We were just getting out of the church and we just met a guy with his brother and a dog, and they're like, oh, by the way, do you want to go up to the tower and see the town from above? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we just climbed it's not a tourist attraction or anything, people normally can't go up. People really in Honduras are amazing, are great and super friendly. I think there's something missing in here, but I can't figure out what. Believe it or not, This humble city used to be once in the 16th century, for a brief period of time, the center of all the Spanish colonialism here in Central America. This town and this building behind me, Casa de los Confines, used to be the administrative center for territories stretching all the way from Chiapas to Panama. As soon as you leave the heart of the town, you start seeing some of the houses, some of the colonial houses that haven't been renovated yet. It is not as posh and beautiful as Antigua Guatemala, but it has a charm to it because you can see both sides. You can see the city center or the town center where everything is beautiful and all the houses are renovated and everything is nice. And if you walk a bit, you can see houses that are not yet fixed and not yet refurbished for that tourism that comes here. What you can find as well here, besides all the church and all the colonial houses, is a big mug. No idea why, to be honest, but it's a large mug with the Honduran flag on it. Before we continue, I want to show you something quite interesting that I haven't showed yet. How is a colonial house in the inside? Follow me. Although this is now a museum, it's a great example of how a colonial house is. Basically, from the outside, you won't be able to see anything. It's just a wall, and you won't have any idea what sits inside. But once you enter the house, all the houses, and now you can be a museum, it can be a hotel, it can be anything, or still a house actually, obviously. The house itself is structured around the central patio, and you have all the rooms around it. You'll have the central patio, and then in this case an L-shaped structure where are all the rooms and where people used to live back in the day, and the kitchen and all the other utilities. The rooms have been obviously restored, but it's a great example of how people used to live in the late 19th century. Here in Gracias, besides visiting all the historical town and the colonial city, you can also do some nature tourism and ecotourism, as that one behind me is the highest mountain in Honduras, 2,800 meters. You can climb it and you can do some kind of bird watching as well, as in those cloud forests is where the quetzal lives. That has been the video of today, exploring Gracias, or Thank God back in the day. And I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit of the same colonial town we've already seen here in the channel, but if you're here in the north of Honduras and you want to... So that was supposed to be the end of the video, and tonight we were just having a walk and coming back from dinner, and this is a church we visited earlier today, and we just encountered the locals here, the Honduran people, building these massive carpets here in the ground for the religious celebrations. This week that we are here, I'm a bit delayed with the editing, is the Holy Week, so we are mid-April. I'm sorry if it comes out a bit later. But they're building these carpets, and tomorrow there will be the processions that will walk over those carpets, creating this gorgeous vibe that only happens in Central America. I don't know, I'm not religious, I'm super excited about this, it's beautiful. They start pretty late at night, and all this needs to be finished tomorrow morning. There's a couple dozen people working on these carpets, and all this needs to be finished by tomorrow at 8 a.m. That's when the procession starts. Don't think it's only one. This one Goes all over the street, all over here. There's another one behind in the church as well. We will let them work and have some sleep before tomorrow the big day happens and the big procession happens. This is something very unique. I've never seen it before, and you can feel the passion in the air. People here are truly believers and they do like this, and honestly I find it fantastic being able to be here just by pure chance and experiencing those traditions. I think it's pretty unique. I wouldn't come here just for this, but being here in Gracias or in Comayagua or any other cities that practice these traditions is great. I think you can see my smile actually. So I'm not religious, I don't believe in God or anything, but it is very good. So yeah, let's go have some sleep, because tomorrow I think it's worth waking up a bit early just to see this, how the procession goes over these beautiful carpets. Have a good night. You too have a good night, you cutie pie. Good morning. Day 2 here in Gracias. And all the religious institutions have been working overnight just to make those carpets. So I'm very excited to see how they look and what they have done. What they have done is actually pretty impressive. Lots of details, obviously religious artifacts in there, designed in there. The last thing they're doing is throwing a bit of water, spreading a bit of water to just compact the sand. I can't imagine how many hours this took, but when we left it was around 10 p.m. or 10:30, and they were just starting. I can't imagine what time they finished. And the procession is now at 8 a.m, so they haven't slept much, I guess. Now it's just a matter of waiting until the procession comes out. And I don't think this is exclusive to Gracias or even Honduras. This is more like a Central American thing. You can see it as well in Comayagua. They're big there, bigger than here. And I think in Antigua, Guatemala as well, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you come during the Holy Week to Central America, make sure to dedicate at least a day or something to see this, because it's very unique, very interesting. So I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest, but what has been is about half an hour of praying, followed by the worst singing I've heard in years. And then it was the very cool part of them walking on the carpets. That was definitely cool, but the other two parts are not for me. I understand why they do it, but it's not for me. Just the singing, get another singer, it can be better than that for sure. And yeah, it was very cool, very unique to see. I'm very happy that I managed to see a bit of it. I'm not staying for the whole thing, it's not my cup of tea, but it was very cool to see. And the carpets are really unique. They take a hell lot of effort. They told us they finished about 4 a.m. yesterday, so that was a long night just doing that. And now is for good the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bit different, small town, Gracias in the north of Guatemala, in the north of Honduras. So I hope you enjoy that, and see you again in the next video.